Hello everyone. In this tutorial I will be demonstrating to you how to download and install OMNeT++, the tool that we will be using in the term project for this semester for the system simulation course. I will also be showing you how to install the FLoRa framework specifically, and how to run a simple example in OMNeT++ on your own machines. There are three main parts that I want to talk about in this tutorial. I will be mentioning to you the operating system suggested to be used for running your simulations. Then I will be showing you how to download OMNeT++. Then I will be showing you how to install FLoRa. Now this is going to be somewhat of a detailed tutorial. I suggest that you move on step by step, try to complete each installation part, then move on to the next, so that you have a smooth experience. So let's start with the first part. Now usually with these simulation tools, you will see that if you have dealt before with simulation tools, specifically network simulation tools, you will see that the most popular operating system used to run these tools is or are Linux based systems. They are much more supported for these tools. You will see that the compatibility, the dependencies, and the integration of many tools is much more smoother and much more supported on Linux based systems. So our suggestion for you, and the way that the operating system that this tutorial will be demonstrated on, is going to be a Linux based system. So we strongly suggest you the following. If you are already using Ubuntu, for example, or Debian, or a Debian based system, that also could be, then that's great. You can think of it as we ensure you a much more smoother experience in installing all of the tools. If you don't have, or if you're using Windows or Mac or any other operating system, we strongly suggest you to either use Ubuntu fully, or the thing that I'm currently doing right now, which is having a dual boot. So I use Windows mainly, but I also have a dual boot running Ubuntu on the side on my own machine. That will guarantee you the smoothest experience with all of these installations regarding OMNeT++ and FLoRa. So we strongly suggest that. Now you might think of using virtual machines. That also could be, but it's not the best option out there regarding installing OMNeT++ and FLoRa. So it's not the same as having, you can think of it as a fully native operating system, such as having that in a dual boot. So virtual machines are not really suggested. Now, if you still want to try and download everything on Windows or on Mac, then go for it. But we don't fully ensure that your installation process will be smooth. You might face errors or dependency problems that does not exist on Linux-based systems. So you could try that, but we don't guarantee what the output of your installation process will be. You might face some issues, but theoretically it's totally possible to download OMNeT++ and FLoRa on Windows-based machines or Mac, but practically it's usually not as smooth as using a Linux-based system. So I just wanted to mention that in the beginning so that you all understand why I'm using Ubuntu, for example. Now, if you want to do if you want to install a dual boot, you can follow the installation process mentioned here. So if you just search on Google, this link is good. You can follow the installation process mentioned right here. So you will see that it's actually really simple to do that if you follow these steps. Exactly. Um, Hopefully you will have a smooth process of installing an Ubuntu OS, for example, on your machine. And it's also always nice to have another operating system on the side. Uh, I think you all know the advantages of using Linux-based systems over Windows or Mac. So it's always nice to have that also. So this is our suggestion that we strongly wish you follow, you can say. So assuming that now you have an Ubuntu based system, or you're already working on or following this installation process using Ubuntu, we will move on to the next step right now. So let's say you followed all the steps and now you are working on an Ubuntu OS. Let's go on to the next step, which is downloading OMNeT++. Now we will mention specific versions that you need to install, so not all versions will work. Now if you search on Google download OMNeT++, we specifically need the 6.0 version. We will be using OMNeT++ 6.0. So you can go to the first link. So this is 6.1.0. We don't need that. If you click on older versions, you go down and you will see OMNeT++ 6.0, and you will see many options. So we want the Linux based one. So if you click on Linux and if you click download, it will start downloading. So I believe it's the same on Linux or Windows, but in Linux you will probably find it in the downloads section. Now for me, I copied it from the downloads and I pasted it in the home directory. It doesn't really matter, but I just wanted to do that. So this is the file that I have right now. It will be in this shape. So I just right click and I extracted the file, and it is basically here right now. So this is my file. I'm clicking twice and you will see that you will have the OMNeT pp, stands for plus plus, directory right here, and all the files will be installed inside that. So now we have OMNeT++ installed, but it's not, or downloaded, let me say, but not fully installed yet. So let's talk about the next step that you will need to follow. So now after downloading OMNeT++, we need to install it. So let me show you which guide to follow. So if you write OMNeT++ installation guide, you will see this PDF right here. By the way, I will include all the links in the YouTube description box, or I can also add them on AutoClass, so you don't need to worry if you don't follow the links or if you can't find them directly. So let me open this PDF right here. Now this says 6.1, but don't worry, it also applies for 6.0. The first place that you should go, now we're using Ubuntu, so I'll go to the Ubuntu. If you decide to, download it on Windows or Mac or any other operating system, then you need to follow what, the corresponding section. But please try to use Ubuntu. Not using a virtual machine, but just using native Ubuntu. So I will go to chapter 6 right here, and it says Ubuntu. And we will just now follow the steps or the commands that this guide provides. So I already have everything downloaded, but what you will need to do, you will just need to copy the commands that you will have. So copy the command, and then so you can paste it using Ctrl+Shift+V, and you can just run it. Now if you use sudo, it will ask you for the password, assuming that you have a password set. So it will start downloading everything. So I will not do all these commands on my machine because I already have everything, but I will tell you which ones to actually apply. So the first one finished. Now we need to apply the second command, which is this one right here, this full one, without the Python commands. So just copy these and just paste them on your terminal. You will see that I already have everything downloaded, so it will tell me that. Let me clear everything. So you will, copy all of these. It might not copy fully with you, so be careful, copy everything, and make sure all of these libraries are fully installed. So just let me clear the screen right now. Now, once you did that, you can skip those Python commands. You can skip this one, and you can skip this one, and you can skip 6.3.2 as well. So once you downloaded all of these, now you need to go to the next chapter, which is chapter 10. So once you go to chapter 10, now we will start installing. So the previous packages were just for all the dependencies required to install OMNeT++. Now we will install OMNeT++. So just go to 10.4. Now, assuming that you didn't extract the file manually or the compressed file manually using the interface, you can use this command as well to extract the file that you have. Now, we are assuming that we did extract, so I have my file right here, so I'll just go to 10.5 directly. Now here, I will first of all write so I'll write cd to open the file that I have for OMNeT++. So you can always copy it, it's much easier than writing it manually, but I just did. So I am now inside this file, or directory. Now I will enter the next directory, which is 6.0. If you don't know what's inside this one, you can always do ls and find that out. So I'm just back 2 lines. Now you know the name of the file. So now we're inside. Once you are inside, right, you would need to first of all, this is a good command to execute, so it will basically allow you to launch OMNeT++ whenever without actually setting an environment. So if you don't run this command on your machine, you will need to write source set environment every time that you want to write, every time that you want to launch OMNeT++. So initially, now let's just write for the first time source set environment. So now we have created an environment for OMNeT++, and let us copy this command right here, but make sure to change 6.1 to 6.0 because we have 6.0. So I'm copying it, but I'm changing the ones to zeros. So now I have 6.0, and now it's set as a so now we have set the environment permanently, so we can launch OMNeT++ from any place without having to create an environment. I will show you what that means later. Once you do that and you are inside the OMNeT++ directory, you will need to write /configure. Now I already have everything configured. I will not run this command, but this command might take some time, so just wait until everything is executed. Once you do that, you will need to make. Make will basically compile all the changes that you did. So you will write make, and this process will also take a few minutes, so wait until everything is executed, or wait until the command is fully executed. once you do that, you will basically have installed OMNeT++ fully. Now, to verify that you installed it correctly, you can try a simple example. So I will just the samples directory I will show you. It basically provides some sample simulations that you can try. So there is a very simple simulation that we can execute, which is called Aloha. So I'm opening the file and I am invoking the simulation by writing /aloha. You will see that. So I'll just click OK. I mean, so you will see this green play button top left. If you click it and the simulation starts running, then it means that you have installed OMNeT++ successfully. So don't worry about what everything means right here. I mean, you will see that in class and possibly in other tutorial videos. So I will just pause it and I'll just close OMNeT++ again. Now, everything is working right now. So, I mean, I did close it, but let me start OMNeT++ again. So if I just say OMNeT PP right this way, you will see that OMNeT++ now will open. So initially you can just enter any workspace. Later you can change it, but for now, until we install everything, just use the default settings. So I'll click launch. So now OMNeT++ has been opened right here. Now, if you install it for the first time, you might see that it will give you some introductory screens right here. So you can just close them and then create a file. So it might also not ask you to create a file initially. So you can create it from here. And you will see an option which says, so you will have like a statement saying with source and simulation, then tick that box so that those files will be created, and just create the file normally. Now, we have OMNeT++ now installed. The next step is to install the iNet framework. Now, the iNet framework will allow us to run these simulations and configure the files that we will have. You will understand later what exactly is the iNet framework in class. So for now, just download it. Now, if a screen pops up for you asking you to download iNet, then choose that. Go along with that screen and download iNet 4.4.2, right? So we need iNet 4.4.2. If that screen doesn't pop up, then you can go to help, then install simulation modules, and choose from here iNet, like I said, 4.4.2. That's the exact version that we will need. Once you click it right here, click install project right here. Now I already have it, I will not click it, so I'll just click cancel. And you will see that it will take some time to install. You will see some statements mentioned in the bottom bar right here, as in installing project. Wait until everything is installed. In this terminal or in this console right here, you will see also the steps of installing. Once the build has finished, everything has installed, you will see iNet 4.4 right here. This is a new file. By default, OMNeT++ 6.0 comes with iNet 4.5, but we need 4.4.2. So you will see this new directory created right here. So once everything's created, you have installed iNet 4.4.2 successfully. So once you do that, you can basically build the project. So once everything has installed, right click on iNet 4.4 and just build the project. You can clean the project first and then build it. That also works, but we want you to build a project after that. Once the project has been built, everything is all right. The final step comes into play, which is installing FLoRa. FLoRa doesn't come directly with OMNeT++, so we need to install it. You can go again to help. You can click install simulation modules, and you will see FLoRa right here. So there is only one version, 1.1.0. That's the one that we want to install. Click it and then click install project again. So you will see the steps again. You will see some process bar right here mentioning to you how much was installed. You will also see it right here. And in the terminal right here, you will see the all the files being installed with the in the end the build finished statement. Once everything is installed, again you can right click on FLoRa, clean the project. It will clean, and then right click again, build project. So once the project has been built, everything is all right. You need to also actually you could also do it before cleaning and building the project. Make sure while creating at properties right here, and then going to project references, that INET 4.4 only is checked. So if INET 4.5 is checked, uncheck it and just click tick INET 4.4. We just need INET 4.4 to be ticked right here, and click apply and close. So I'll just cancel because I already had INET 4.4 checked. So you clean the project and then you build the project. Once it's built and it's showing you in the message right here that everything is built, what's left right now is to just run a simple example. Now everything has been installed. To run a very simple example in FLoRa, you can click on the arrow right here beside FLoRa. You can then go to simulations, then go to examples, and you will see these simulations that has been already created for you to test in FLoRa. So I will click just the first one right here. I will right click it, so the N1000 GW1 so on, and I will choose run as, then OMNeT++ simulation. So it might take some time depending on how fast your machine is, but in general it's lighter than more complex tools or programming languages or IDEs. So you will see that so all of these are just LoRa devices. You can see that we have a lot of LoRa devices right here, and the simulation will still run smoothly, mainly because the work is in C++, which is a relatively fast programming language. And to run this simulation, you can click the green play button right here. So if I click it, you will see that the simulation is running right now. What does this simulation exactly means? Like I said, you will learn later in your classes. But basically we have LoRa devices right here. These devices have the LoRa communication protocols, gateways, and they are basically delivering packets or messages to the network server right here. So you can see that the messages will go to the gateway router right here. In this case, they are passing by the cloud until they reach the network server. So this means, if this example runs and if all the previous builds run without any errors, this means that you have successfully downloaded OMNeT++ with FLoRa. So I will just close this or pause it for now. So let me close the tool and I'll close OMNeT++ again. So I just wanted to show you that you don't need to, because we used this command or executed this command right here, it didn't require us to set an environment every time we run the program, and it didn't require us to enter the specific directory for OMNeT++. Now you can be in home or in downloads or in any other directory, and just click and just execute the command OMNeT pp, and it will run. So I hope this tutorial was useful for you. Like I said, try to follow the tutorial step by step. First of all, try to install Ubuntu, probably using a dual boot. Second of all, install OMNeT++ 6.0 and follow the installation guides that I have mentioned. Third of all, install the iNet framework and FLoRa, and run a simple example to verify that everything is working smoothly. Now, I encourage you to try this as soon as possible. You might face problems with installations. All sort of issues could arise, believe me. I have been through that. And if you still have any questions or installation troubles, you can always email me or visit me in my office hours, and we can discuss what's going on. But like I said, please follow the suggestions that we have provided for you regarding the operating system, the versions, and everything, so that you can have the smoothest experience with all of these installations. I hope this was useful for you. Thank you for watching, and good luck in your term project.